Alright, so now we're going to go through some examples, mostly using tables and then also including comparing our slopes or our rates of change. So we're going to start off with this first example here. A homeowner ran a new generator and measured the depth of gasoline in the tank hourly. The table shows the data. What is the rate of change of the depth of gasoline between hour 2 and hour 5? So basically what it's telling us is it's giving us the points for us to use. So here's hour 2, so that's the point 2, 18, and here's hour 5, which is the point 5, 9, because time is always x, but normally x, if it's showing it horizontally, a table horizontally like this, then the top is x and the bottom is y. Whereas if it's a vertical table, the left is x and the right is y. Alright, so now I'm going to take these 2 points and I'm going to use y minus y over x minus x. And so I'm going to do 18 minus 9 over 2 minus 5. So again, y minus y over x minus x. And so 18 minus 9 is 9. 2 minus 5 is a negative 3. And then I'm going to divide, so 9 divided by negative 3 is a negative 3, because we should always reduce. Okay, so what is the rate of change at the depth of gasoline? It's a negative 3 centimeters per hour. So what that means is the depth of gas goes down 3 centimeters every hour. That's what that rate of change represents. And then again, so I'm finding slope. We're just calling it rate of change because it's how fast something is changing over time. All right, so comparing rate of change. So Leon has saved $600 from his summer job, so he would have spending money during the school year. He withdraws $10 from his account each week. Sherry made a similar plan, and the table shows the results of her first 5 transactions. So we're going to talk about who has the greater absolute rate of change. So first off, Leon's, we need to talk about Leon's rate of change, right? And then Sherry's rate of change. Leon's rate of change is in this paragraph, and it's the fact that he withdraws $10 from his account each week. That's his rate of change. Withdraw meaning negative. So he withdraws $10 from his account each week. We need to just pick 2 points from Sherry's and find the rate of change. So I'm just going to pick these first 2 points. So I'm going to do 450 minus 435 divided by 2. See, this is where if we were in class, you'd be telling Mrs. Cartwright, that's not what we do. We picked 450 first, so I need to pick the 1 first. 1 minus 2. So that's why I had to erase. Remember, whatever y we pick first, that should be the x we pick first. So 450 minus 435 is, give me a second, is 15. Ew, come back. And then 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So she withdraws $15 each week. Now, from here, it's saying absolute value. So I want the absolute value of negative 10. Oops, not parentheses, absolute value, and the absolute value of negative 15. Absolute value is our distance from 0, which just makes everything positive. So this is 10 and 15. So whose function has the greater absolute rate of change? And the answer to that is Sherry. Sherry's function has a greater absolute value rate of change. Now, what do the absolute rates of change tell you? And what this tells us is that Sherry withdraws more money than, not then, than Leon. That's what that tells us. And so basically when you're comparing slopes, you should always compare the absolute rate of change. So even if one of these was positive and one of these was negative, we would be comparing the positive absolute value rate of change. So, and then from there you're just looking which has the bigger number, and then that's going to be your greater absolute rate of change or your greater slope. So I hope that helps. Until next time, guys.